If you want to understand Brexit and what happened last night, Britain's relationship with the EU, the whole thing, stop. Don't think about that stuff. It's not really about that. This is a global phenomenon. This is a revolt against technocracy and elites telling everybody else what to do. At the end of the day, for the past 20 years, 80% of the people have been told 80% of the time by the top 20% what to do, what to think, and what's good for them. Guess what? They've figured it out. The 20% needs to listen, because if they don't, they're going to find something out. The Hamptons is not a defensible position.
What I want to say in honor of Black History Month, we want to actually highlight certain shit. One, the fucking reason why we still need a Black History Month, because motherfuckers still haven't got over racism. And all this other bullshit that you see conservatives talk about, how racism is dead, we have elected our first black president. It's bullshit because we haven't got rid of motherfucking racism. Now, this video that I would actually bring up is not from 2011, 2001, 1991. This shit is well, another shining example of why we should have body cam footage going all the time for police officers. So let's go ahead and look at this. Now this is from Al Jazeera. You know, those bad brown people in the Middle East that try to destroy our government and shit like that, but let's continue. And with shit like this, I don't see why it's so hard to have trust. I don't see why it's so hard to destroy the trust in the government. Now, this is a story of a police chief who resigned after making racist comments about slavery and Stacey Adams. Stacey Adams, who was the candidate for governor in 2018 for Georgia's gubernatorial race, which at the time the Secretary of State who ran the election was also running for governor, and like got rid of people off the voting rolls. But Republicans don't engage in voter fraud, right? Yeah, sure. Anyway, but let's listen to what this gentleman has to say. And I use that term loosely.
It seems to me like they furnished him a house to live in. They furnished him clothes to put on their back. They furnished him food to put on their table, and all they had to do was fucking work.
Yes, you heard that right. You heard that right. You fucking heard that right. This motherfucker said they furnished the clothes for the house for them to live in, the food on their table, the clothes on their back. All they had to do was fucking work. He's talking about fucking slavery. Wow. Wow. This is in June of 2020. Let's continue.
He said, you know, what they're saying now is, well, you didn't have to shoot him, it's just a taser. Then how come when you tase a nigger, it's like you done killed him 27 times? The guy's running, he's got the taser in his hand, and you see him, and he turns, and you see him fire the taser at the officer. Okay, well, what are you doing if it had hit the officer? Go over there and get his gun and kill him? Yeah. Yes. Or...
Oh, God. Oh, God. This is 2020. They're talking about the and I forgot his name, and I'm bad for it because it was a guy in the Wendy's office in the Wendy's parking lot who the office he grabbed, like the officer were chasing the shit out of him. He grabbed it and started running. So the officer, you know, because they're not gonna have to run after a fucking suspect, even though they have his car and shit. You know, they shot him multiple times. Like fuck, like. Let's continue.
What if one of them projectiles would have struck him in the eye? The act of him firing that taser at an officer is an aggravated assault because he has not been trained in the proper use. An officer, if I go to tase somebody, I know to shoot low. I know what to do. He doesn't know. And that mayor up there, she's already fired the officer. And without a hearing. And she's pushing real hard. They say she's now the front runner to be Joe Biden's vice presidential candidate. You kidding? If I'd fucking her, I'd rather f the mayor than Stacey Abrams.
So. Racism is dead, right? Racism is dead. Fucking eat Sour Patch Kids. Thank you, Ziggurat. I have a discussion internally and externally with people. Are some of these motherfuckers just spiteful because they're stupid or they're afraid? I don't ascribe that they're evil. I don't, because evil is subjective. As you can actually fucking hear with the whole recording is that they think, well, when I'm using a taser, I'm using it right. When they're using a taser, they may kill somebody by having a barb go in their fucking eye. Like, fuck. Like, do these people ever fucking get it? Do these people ever fucking get it? Because, like, we saw it in the Tatum video that, oh, racism doesn't exist. This is a fucking police chief. This is a fucking police chief. You think that fucking ideology doesn't persist among his fucking cops? The way they enforce the law doesn't persist? That all they had to do was just fucking shut the fuck up, live under the fucking boot under plantation owners, but they're ungrateful. This is why we should have Black History Month. This is also why fuck the police. Just fuck the police. And I know, oh, if you haven't, like, let me make a Destiny fucking community argument. If somebody was robbing you, you're gonna call the police, so you fucking, like, this is why I say fuck the police. This is why. This is why I say fuck the police. And yes, I would rather have police than a fucking unlawful, unruly mob. But it's not a fucking dichotomy. I can say fuck, ANCAP society, anarchist capitalist society, which is feudalism, and I can say fuck the police and still both things to be true. But fuck the police because of shit like this. And they felt so comfortable with having this conversation. And that's the thing. They feel so comfortable with having this conversation that it's just nothing to them. And the only reason it's found, if you actually go back, if we go back and actually look at it. Hold on. The only reason why it was actually found is because, where is it at? Here it goes. While cleaning up body camera what? Shit, I missed it. While cleaning up body cameras, a city employee found the disturbing conversation and showed it to city officials. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. How much of this shit goes unreported? And I remember distinctly the conversation about cops actually. Well, what if we're talking in a squad car with our partner and we're having conversations that we don't want any people to hear? These are the fucking conversations they don't want you to hear. Shit like this. That all slaves had to do was shut up and be quiet and just work. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck these guys. Fuck these guys in particular. But anyway, I want to thank everybody who's watched this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell.